firstly, we're going to go straight into some warm-ups. Open up my spine, warm up my shoulders, warm up my back. Then got the frog pose, and then I add the frog pose with a thread the needle, so pulling my left and right arm through the gap, which really opens up your thoracic spine. You might feel a few clicks, and it should be a nice deep stretch all across the shoulder, going down the spine all the way to your hips. I then warm up my wrists because I'm going to be doing some handstand stuff in this session, so it's important to make sure my wrists are in an okay condition. So just turning your arm over and then on top, kind of rotating, putting weight on, and then some pulses on your fingertips just to see that they're in good condition before I get into it. Next, I grab a box and I kind of grab a bar, and this is specifically good for shoulder mobility and your overhead mobility of your shoulders. Nextly, I get my leg up on the box and I stretch my hip out, just nice and quick, no sudden movements, just feel a deep stretch into the hip, and switch legs and do that as well. Next up, we've got the hamstring stretch, classic from PE, all through school. You've done this before. Get as low as you can, try to touch the ground. If you can, touch the toes, wherever comfortable for you. Then jump up on the bar, do some scapular pulls, just to warm up my scapula and my lats as well, just to get a bit more movement and a bit more freedom in that range. Coupled that with some L-sit holds and some tucks as well. So one leg kicks out, one leg holds, or you can do both legs, whatever works for you, just to warm up your abs and also your hip flexors. Finishing off with some high kicks as well. This is good just to finish off the hamstrings and the glutes. Try to get your toes to touch your hand at the top range. So into the strength session, first up we've got the handstand push-ups. Facing away from the wall, get into a nice comfortable position. This is quite an advanced move, so some people might not be to do it. A lot of my training outside of Hyrox is based on calisthenics moves. I don't like to use weights much unless it's on my legs. Head touches the ground and then you push up. This is a killer shoulder exercise. Keep your feet in contact with the wall at all times. It might help you balance, and as you get stronger in this, you can obviously do it away from the wall, which is what I'm working towards. That's a long-term goal of mine, handstand push-ups. Pike push-ups, this is another heavy strength shoulder movement. This will really work your front delts and your side delts as well, and also work your core because you have to remain flat as you go down and come back up. Plyometric push-ups, so this translates well for things like the pull, the sled pull and the sled push. You're kind of working those muscles, and by doing it plyometrically, it's kind of like getting that explosive speed that you might need to start off like a heavy 150 kilogram sled pull. So you can see I did some variations of push-ups. I did some jumping ones and kind of clapping behind my knees. These are just things I like to do to kind of keep my strength and my speed. Next up is the tricep dip, which is one of the most common bodyweight exercises for your tricep there is. Self-explanatory, grab both sides, make sure you're comfortable, and then slowly lower yourself down until you're parallel with your shoulders, and then come back up nice and slow as well. If you can go past parallel, go for it, but make sure you're keeping your shoulder healthy. I sometimes do this with weighted, so you can obviously scale it up that way and build up a lot of strength and muscle endurance. So after the tricep dip, I did some leg raises, facing away from the tricep dip. So keeping your body in an L-sit position, lock in your elbows, your shoulders, make sure your head is up and your chest is tight, and then just leg raises to parallel with both your legs. Really working that core, concentrating on that squeeze. Try not to swing your legs. And then to finally finish, I go back to the functional area and I do a set of toes to bar, which is again another really good ab finisher to kind of finish off the workout. Nice and neutral. You want to pull using your legs and your core. That's it for this episode. Hit like and subscribe in the buttons below. If you have any questions, put them in the comments and I'll get back to you on the next episode next week. Until then, thank you guys for watching.